fraction lessons because they just seemed a little ridiculously easy, and so I figured you could handle it. So here we go. Today we're going to learn about lesson 4, comparing whole numbers. And in order to compare whole numbers, we need to talk about these two vocab words. We've got least and greatest. When we count from 1 to 10, we count in order of size from least, which is the smallest number, to greatest, which is the biggest number. On your notes sheet, if you do not already have one, make sure you get one from the table. And on your notes sheet, you're going to fill in those two words. So 1 would be the least, and 8 would be the greatest. Okay, now we're going to talk about what these three symbols are. We have an equal sign, which you already know. And if I were to say that 5 equals 5, then that is read from this number. You say what the sign says, and then you say the other number. 5 is equal to 5. Let's look at a different example. So now we have a 5, but now we have a different symbol. Okay, some people say that it kind of looks like Pac-Man or an alligator. If I were to draw this up here, let's say I got that sign, right? And if I could make this into, let's do like a fish. There you go. Or an alligator, whatever you want. And you'll notice that the mouth looks like it's open. And so the fish or the alligator or whatever wants to eat the bigger thing because it loves it. So here it would be trying to eat the 5. 5 is greater than 4 is how that's read. 5 is greater than 4. Want to take any guesses what this symbol means? Good. It means that 5 is less than 6. Notice that this one is open to the 6 because the 6 is bigger, but we always read it this way. So that's why we're going to start with 5. 5 is less than, the smaller point points to the smaller number. 5 is less than 6. So 5 is less than 6. The smaller end points to the smaller number. I wasn't supposed to tell you the answer there. You were supposed to have to write it in. Silly. Smaller number. Now it's written twice. All right, here's an example. So it'll look like this. We have two numbers, 787 and 793. Which one is smaller? All right, draw your symbol, either this one or this one, to show whether 787 is greater than or less than 793. Did you get it right? The smaller point goes to the smaller number, and 793 is bigger, so it's open. It wants to eat the 793. The way we read it is 787 is less than 793. What about this example? Go ahead and do it. Did you get it right? 28 is greater than 22. Okay, that was all of lesson 4. Now we're going on to lesson 3. Nope, just kidding. Lesson 6. We skipped lesson 5 because lesson 5 was so easy that I felt like we didn't even need a lesson on it. But if I might talk about it with you in class. So here we go. This lesson is on adding using an algorithm. So here we go. When adding, look for groups that make 10. That's going to make our adding a little bit simpler. We always line up all the numbers that we're adding. Say that we were adding 6 and 3 and 4. We got some vocab here. The 6, the 3, and the 4, the numbers that we're adding are called addends. And the answer, what they equal, is called the sum. You do need to know that. Now, what this little thing is telling us is that sometimes we can change the order that we add. Remember, that's called the Order in the court, commutative property. So we can switch the order. Instead of doing 6 plus 3, which is 9, and 9 plus 4, which is 13, I can say, well, 6 and 4 makes 10. And then I can add the 3, and that's 13. And that's a lot easier to do in my head. I can do that really quick. Okay, here is another new vocabulary word, and this is what I said in the way beginning. Did you remember it starts with an A? It's a new vocab word we're going to be learning. Algorithm is a procedure for getting an answer, and that's what we call when we're adding them all up. When adding whole numbers and money, line up the right side of the numbers and start there. If you're going to add down, and if you get something that is bigger than 1 digit, so if it has 2 digits, if it's a tens, then you need to carry your 10 up here. So let's try it out, okay? I think you know how to do this. So we have two numbers. 0 plus 2 is, 2 plus 3 is, 5 plus 0 is, and there's my answer. Or what about this one? Ooh, I'm adding a lot of numbers here. Let's see if we can use our trick we learned about and come up with some pairs that make 10. So 6 and 4 is 10, and 7 and 3 is 10, and 10 plus 10 is 20. Well, that was a lot easier. And over here, our last question, we have 9 plus 1 is 10. Oh, that's 2 digits. It's a tens. I'm going to put the first digit down here, 0 ones, carry my 10 up here, and now I'm going to add these 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is 40. That's the whole lesson. You have now learned 3 lessons in one day. Way to go, 5th graders.